Welcome to the Pure Performance Cafe. May I take your order?
Yes, I would like a shot of Pure Performance, please.
Coming right up.
Welcome to another episode of Pure Performance Cafe. I'm still here at the OpenStack Summit in Boston, and I found another colleague of mine who came over from our Gdańsk office in Poland. Lukasz, hi.
Hello, I'm Lukasz. I work in Gdańsk office in Infrastructure Monitoring Agents team.
Perfect, here we go. And it's the first time I think we really introduced each other, or at least at this conference we had a chance to talk a little bit about what you do.
I had a pleasure to watch your presentations when you were in Gdańsk, but I don't think we were introduced previously.
Yeah, so you're obviously here at the OpenStack Summit, and we have a lot of people that are interested in OpenStack monitoring. That includes the network, but you, as you said, you are working on the infrastructure side, on the network side, the network agent.
That's true.
Can you tell us a little bit about what we monitor, how we monitor, and what are the main use cases that we are currently supporting, and maybe then give us a little outlook on what else we think about?
Okay, so our monitoring of network traffic is based on a component called network agent, and it basically captures all traffic that's occurring on given host. It does it via pickup library. Then we aggregate this traffic to a TCP session level, and we calculate our metrics based on that. So the quantity metrics, like the amount of traffic for each process and each interface and each host, as well as quality metrics based on the number of retransmissions, the response time, and so on. So this is our basic model, and what I could not fail to notice is how big of a subject currently in OpenStack, or in OpenStack in general, is software-defined networks. The neutron component and everything that's defined related to overlay networks. I've attended like 3 or 4 sessions related to diagnosing problems with those alone, and this is probably also the direction we should be moving more into, because when we capture traffic on the TCP level, we need to unpack the VXLAN that's in front of each packet before we can fit it into our model, and this is actually something we are currently working on.
Cool. So, but if I understand this correctly, because some people that look at Dynatrace, they may think we just pick up some network metrics from the operating system, some high-level metrics. But what we really do, we look at every single TCP/IP package, and then we provide some very unique values, like the quality, the retransmission. That's amazing.
Yes, and since we monitor both ends, usually, then we are able to assign it to a process on one side, assign it on a process on the other side, and we are able to monitor entire connection and alert on the fact if something is going wrong on that connection.
That's cool. And actually in Dynatrace, I think one of the views we have is the process connection view that really shows you incoming connections, next process connections to the other process, and you see statistics on every single TCP/IP connection between processes.
Yes, that's true. That view has a certain nickname, but I will not be sharing it right now. I will leave our listeners in curiosity. But yes, and then I think I can also say that the new version of this view, of the process connection view, is currently being developed, and it will include local connections. Right now it does not show the metrics for local connections, but we are already measuring it, and we are currently at the stage of implementing UI to show it to everybody.
Cool, that's interesting. So that means you talk about the network agent. Because what I learned this week, I learned a lot because I traditionally came from the Dynatrace AppMon side. So when you install the Dynatrace One agent, the network agent is one component of it, correct?
That's true.
Perfect, and that just captures everything for me. That means with every one agent, I automatically get the network agent that allows me to see the connections between processes and between hosts. Yeah,
it's true. Great. And it's also included in the infrastructure monitoring variant of our installation. So this slimmer version, or the more basic version, also includes the network traffic analysis.
What are the top problems that people have with the network that we detect? What would you say? What are the things that we see a lot in our problem detection? What are the things that people like the most when they see Dynatrace?
Okay, so first, maybe it's not directly the problem, but in the world of microservices, building a mental map of which microservice talks to which microservice is a huge problem. So this is the value the customers get immediately after installing our agent. They see which microservice communicates with which microservice and the amount of that traffic.
Perfect, yeah.
And later on, the alerts are related to the degradation of those connections. Mm-hmm. I cannot, unfortunately, provide you with exact stats from the production,
okay.
But I can talk about our capabilities because I work in the development.
Yeah, that's perfect. But the microservice is a great example. So if we can tell people which service communicates with which other service, how often, how much network traffic is actually basically generated, that gives people probably better ideas on how to better deploy them. So services that are constantly talking with each other, that have very, like, say, tightly coupled, you may want to put them on a network that is also very close together, right? So
of course, that's one of the values that we bring.
Yeah. So besides the new process connection view that is coming out soon, I know we are on a 2 weeks schedule, and we always bring new features. Anything else that is coming besides that in the near future for our customers that they should look forward to?
In the area of network traffic analysis, okay, so this is not strictly network analysis, but we are working on monitoring Unix domain sockets. So this is somewhat similar because to TCP connections, but it's not exactly that. But we will be trying to fit it into our model and present at least the data that makes sense, so that, for example, we will be able to tell which worker process for Apache hosts which WGI service. Perfect. Like Keystone. This is again, this is something that actually happening for the purpose of our OpenStack support, because Keystone and Horizon are usually run as WSGI processes, and with this improvement we will be able to tell each request to which worker is it passed.
Yeah, perfect, cool. All right, anything else you want to say, or is this?
If by any chance my team listens to this podcast, I would like to thank them for their hard work. They are doing a lot of things. They are experienced people with a lot of knowledge, and I would just like to thank my team for building such an awesome product.
Yeah, I want to pass on the gratefulness that we have, and I think now they owe you a lot of beers for that nice shout out.
That sounds good.
Exactly. Hey, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yes, we have still one more day to go.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.